An update now on a story we brought you on Monday. The U.S. Senate has approved a national defense bill that includes a pathway to citizenship for local Liberian refugees who have been living in this country for nearly 30 years. Local Liberian leaders call it an early Christmas gift. Liberians living under the immigration status known as deferred enforced departure have been living in limbo. But the U.S. Senate action will change that. The vote was 86-6, with the legislation on its way to the president's desk. Minnesota is home to one of the largest Liberian populations in the country, with many calling Brooklyn Park and Brooklyn Center home. Brooklyn Center police have arrested a suspect in a gas station homicide case. Last week, police were called to the Pump and Munch gas station where officers located a man in a vehicle with a gunshot wound. The man, identified as 45-year-old Detraeus Stewart of Brooklyn Center, died at the scene. An investigation led police to believe the shooting was not random. Then early Tuesday, police arrested this man, 23-year-old Giovanni Williams, at a residence in Brooklyn Park. A warrant charges Williams with second-degree murder. Prosecutors say the motive was a drug deal robbery. Brooklyn Center police say they are not seeking any additional suspects. It's that time of year where businesses are bustling with holiday shoppers, but all that shopping may lead to distractions. Reporter Pafua Yang explains some of those distractions may be caused by criminals. Pafua?
Delane, Maple Grove police say keep an eye on your valuables this holiday season because there could be thieves preying on your good intentions. Distracted theft usually involves one person distracting a victim while another helps themselves to a victim's unattended belongings. Police say senior citizens are often targeted because they may be more trusting of strangers and less likely to engage in a physical altercation. Generally, police say the thieves are well dressed and well spoken. Maple Grove police say this type of crime happens occasionally at retail stores, especially this time of year.
What you can do is just be aware of your surroundings, watching for the people that are around you that are getting close to you, also making sure that you're leaving your valuables close to you, either on your person if you're carrying a purse, to carry it on you and not place it into the shopping cart, and make sure it's zipped closed.
Police also recommend carrying with you only the credit or debit cards that you plan to use. Maple Grove police also work with local merchants to combat retail crimes. That includes eventually putting up a trailer camera. The trailer camera will be high in the air with multiple cameras to map out the entire area. In Maple Grove, Pafua Yang, CCX News.
The City of Crystal's Public Works Director received a prestigious award. Mark Ray recently received an honor from the Department of Homeland Security. The award recognizes an innovative campaign to forward the mission of Homeland Security. Ray says a top priority of his is making sure the City of Crystal's drinking water and sewer system are in top working order.
Those are part of critical operations that we do, and if those systems get compromised, they create a lot of problems for our residents. Because I'm very passionate about public works and the role we play in kind of the overall Homeland Security enterprise. My line is always, we make normal happen.
A number of people from across the country nominated Ray for the award, including the Hennepin County Emergency Management Team. Brooklyn Center is celebrating a massive effort to showcase the rich diversity of the city. On Monday night, the city showcased its new street banners. Brooklyn Center had 230 due for replacement. The city celebrated the effort with a performance by New Millennium Academy Charter School. The banner project was a lengthy one. It involved all members of the community, from youth and adults to seniors and community groups.
It took us 18 months to complete the project. We had over 10 community partners serving as host locations for the photo shoots over the 18-month period.
Some of the banners went up last fall. The rest will go up after the winter season. They will be installed on street posts along County Road 10, Shingle Creek Parkway, and Brooklyn Boulevard. The Auditorium at Wayzata Central Middle School is back in business after 8 long months of renovation work. The school refreshed the auditorium by updating the seats, carpeting, foyer, stage floor, and bathrooms. It will also give teachers easier control of the sound and lights. The theater upgrades were part of a $13 million renovation that upgraded the entire school.
I think with anything that we do in the education system, we want to prepare our students for what's next. if we are still teaching our students with equipment from the 80s and 90s, we're not preparing them to move on to the high school or move on to the college or move out into the real world.
School staff say ADA improvements for wheelchair seating were also made. The music department at Plymouth Middle School received an early Christmas gift thanks to parents. Over the course of 1 year, parents held fundraisers to get new timpani drums. The previous drums are more than 50 years old and can no longer hold their pitch. Families, including students, raised $13,000 for the new set.
Well, we have been talking about how the timpani is like really bad here. And like we had the idea like we could start like fundraising and stuff. We could try to get new ones by the time I leave this school. And like so we were really determined and we just started and we tried our best and we made it. Students will be able to showcase their new timpani drums at their spring concert in May. Well, North Hennepin Community College treated listeners to a special orchestra concert Monday night. We'll leave you now with some sounds from the concert. Enjoy.
A big game in girls hockey on Tuesday night pits Maple Grove against top-ranked Andover. Here's Jason Malillo with a preview of that matchup.
Maple Grove is off to a great start, skating to a 9-0-1 record and the number 6 ranking in Class 2A.
Our team's just so well bonded together. Like everyone gets along. Like you come in the locker room every day, and it's just so much fun to be at the rink every day and see your teammates and just play with the people you love to play with. So.
The Crimson will host a big tilt on Tuesday night when undefeated and top-ranked Andover comes calling.
They capitalize. They definitely do. They have very good skill on there. They have a lot of good players, solid defense and like forwards, and they can score, and they will capitalize on any chance they will get.
The girls have a history with Andover from their youth days that it's an incredible rivalry. They've got just that top line that scores for them is incredibly talented, and they work extremely well together, and they play very hard on pucks, and they're physical.
Maple Grove is a confident team right now and progressing well, but to be the best, you have to beat the best. The Huskies are the top dog in the state right now, and the Crimson is excited for the chance to put them down.
I think it'll be a great test for us to see where we stand in the state, and just like our compete level, we got to come every day and just bring it everything tomorrow, especially because best team in the state. I mean, they've got really good players, but so do we.
I'm excited for our girls. I think our girls are ready for this test, and they believe in one another, and we'll work hard together, and we'll make it hard for Andover to be successful.
Jason Malillo, CCX Sports.
Andover and Maple Grove are the last two undefeated girls hockey teams in the state this season. Puck drops at 7 o'clock Tuesday night at the Maple Grove Community Center. We'll have highlights on Wednesday. Champlin Park has had some great players and great teams in boys basketball in the past decade. The Rebels are aiming high this season. Champlin Park started a little slow this season, but for a good reason. A handful of basketball players were part of the Rebels' run to football's Prep Bowl, which spilled into the start of hoop season.
It took a little while to get used to the spacing and the conditioning and all that, but so far the coaches helped me adjust a lot, and it's been just fun to get back on the court and swing of things.
It wasn't too bad. Like Josh Strong and Devon Moore and Dom Witt, a few guys like that, they actually came in after like one practice and played in the game the next day, and they actually played really well. So gotta give them props for that.
Their prep bowl actually was the night before our first game, so that does affect your team a bit. You know, a couple of those guys are captains for us on the basketball team, so nice to have them back now. We're rolling now, and we're kind of you know, meshing together. And
the Rebels are 2-2 so far this season heading into Tuesday night. They fell just short of knocking off favored Park Center in the memorable triple overtime Section 5 4A final last season. And that experience can only help.
Because I wasn't really playing a lot that game, but me personally, I just didn't like to see my teammates down and stuff, so I kind of use that as like a motivation kind of thing. So coming up this year, we definitely think about that.
You know, that's a tremendous experience. I think at the time Park Center is ranked #1 in the state, and you know, triple overtime to go to the state tournament. Other guys sitting on the bench being able to see that and see their friends and teammates go through that, I think that's an experience that will benefit them come, you know, our big games this season.
Jared Walter is the only full-time returning starter from last season. Guys like Francis Wakori, Josh Strong, and Cooper Olson will play bigger roles this season. It's a group that's had success on the way up, and they hope to continue that.
This team, like most of the guys, these seniors, we've all been playing with each other since like 3rd grade. I think like we just got a lot of like a big connection. So I think this should be pretty easy to have a really good season.
Champlin Park's been a consistent winner in recent years. They're hoping to be a contender for a section title when it's all said and done. The Rebels host Totino Grace Tuesday night, and we have a great boys basketball game live Tuesday night at 7 here on CCX as Hopkins hosts Minnehaha Academy. It also replays at 10 p.m. Tuesday and 7 p.m. on Wednesday.